Yeah, it's Lotto Ash.
And it's Lotto Leaky. I'm with the Lotto Boyzz.
And shout out to Media Spotlight UK.
That's gang.
You ain't making money like we no done. You ain't making money like we no done. You ain't making money like we. You ain't making money like we.
Media Spotlight UK, I feel very privileged to have met you guys at this point in your career. You guys are very short in your career at this point, but firstly, introduce yourself.
I'm Lotto Ash.
And I'm Lotto Lucas.
And we're the Lotto Boyzz.
Lotto Boyzz 0121, of course. For anyone who doesn't know about you guys, well, you've introduced yourself, but you are two rappers, but also producers as well. You do the whole thing.
Yeah, that's everything. We got a producer that does the main like music called Amos, and then but we have like inputs and all those things. So it's just one big collective, one big family. So yeah, that's what we do.
So you guys met at a youth club, which is not bizarre, but it's unusual in the sense that I thought all youth clubs were closed. This was like 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah,
this was a place in Birmingham called Transformations.
Transformation
Centre.
So Ash, you had your eye on a girl, is that right? You were looking for a girl there, and Lucas was the man who was, surrounded by a lot of people. You wanted to know who he was.
Basically, yeah.
And how did you just approach Lucas, or were you just introduced by mutual friends?
I think it was like a mutual friend thing, and he kind of just brought me in, kind of thing. Just like,
and then the music side of things we clicked as well, so we were just the duo from there. Like, it was mad.
Right, the song, the single that's ringing off, it has been for the last couple of months, No Dawn. It's such a catchy chorus. And I'm going to be honest, I actually thought you guys were saying done no.
Yeah,
but I'll just,
standard.
But I'm glad you're saying No Dawn. I don't know why, it just sounds better. So you got Mr Eazi on the remix. That was the recent remix. How did that come about? Do you know him personally?
I think it's more of a musical level type thing. We went to his show the other day.
The Culture Fest?
Yeah.
That looked amazing.
It was lit. And I think it was just through music and how we both viewed each other's music that we just wanted to jump on something, at least one track so far, but we definitely got more to come, so yeah. And
you got the other remix with Chip and Notes as well.
Yeah.
Chip smashed that.
Yeah, he killed
I mean, obviously Notes as well, but Chip, a lot of people spoke about his verse on that particular track.
Yeah, definitely.
And you always know when a single is smashing it out there when it features in an Asian wedding, which No Dawn did. And I don't think I can ever remember a track outside of like Bruno Mars. Even like when we talk about English tracks at an Asian wedding, you might get Bruno Mars, but when you saw that, you're like, right, this is the track now. No Dawn is the tune.
I think it was a tweet, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a tweet. Yeah.
Because when I seen it, I was like, wait. I had to go back. I'm like, wait, is that No Dawn? I had to come to me. I'm like, really? Is this what it is now?
Yeah. No Dawn is now regarded as a wedding classic, hopefully. So, as I said, let's talk about the duties in the collective. So, you guys pretty much work on. You've got yourself and Amos. Is it Amos as well?
Yeah, Amos, our producer.
So, but you're pretty much. Who's working on the melodies? Is it yourself, Lucas, or is it Ash?
Ash works on melodies.
Right, and what are you working on?
I focus more on the rap side of things, but I do touch on the melody side of things as well. So.
Right, and then is Amos on keys? Is that?
Yeah,
Amos is the specialist on keys.
Right, and are you recording mostly in Birmingham, or are you in London as well?
We recorded most of our stuff in Birmingham, but we're on the roads now all the time in it, so we just record it as we go.
London's pretty much a second home then, isn't it?
Yeah, basically to us, yeah, we're here more or less every week now.
Right, the new sound that you guys have claimed is called Afrobbean. So for anyone who doesn't know what that is, describe.
Basically, Afrobbean, it's like, it's two things. Number one, you've got Africa, so that's where the Afro came from, and then the Caribbean. That's where the BN came from, so altogether it's Afro-BN. In terms of technicalities of it, it's based on a range of 98 to 110 BPM, which is the speed of the track.
Yeah.
The actual involvement in the instruments, it's things from Africa, things from the Caribbean. So you have your steel pans, Caribbean, and you got your bongos and all
that goodness.
All that goodness.
Yeah.
From over there, so yeah. And that's why we call it Afrobbean.
Sick. The EP is coming out October 16th. The genre definition EP. It did say October
13th. It's
13th.
Was it 13th?
Yeah, that's
right.
what
Okay. Change, live change right now. So what can you tell us about that? You've got a couple of tracks on there. What, 6 tracks?
Yeah, is it 6? Yeah. We've got Bumper.
You've got Birmingham. You've got FaceTime.
FaceTime. No Done. Yeah. No Done remix.
No Dawn remix.
Unfinished business. As well.
Unfinished business.
Could've added that.
Right. Tell me about FaceTime. I like the sound of that title.
FaceTime. We went for something that everybody does, isn't it? So it's a thing that.
Well, unless you have an Android phone, that is.
Yeah. Especially Ash. Oh, when we get back, he just loves to go Captain Underpants mode, jump into his boxers, and then go FaceTime for the rest of them. Like, he is mad for it.
He's a real connoisseur.
Like, give him 5 minutes when we get back to the yard. He's to his room.
Captain Underpants.
I just make sure that everyone's
FaceTime,
okay.
It's long.
And as soon as I see that, I'm like, okay, make sure everyone's alright.
So maybe that could be the video for FaceTime as well.
The video's actually lit for it, though.
The video's lit.
The video's been shot?
The video's been
It's
shot.
ready to come out. It's ready to come out.
Captain Underpants remix, maybe.
we might. I like that.
Let's make that happen. You were touring with J Hus. Tell us about that experience. That must have been mad.
Yeah, the J Hus tour was crazy. I think that was one of the best experiences we had at that point. Like, it was one of the biggest acts we had worked with, and getting to shadow him on such a big tour and going city to city to see the different responses from each city was just really crazy for us at the time. But it did a lot of growth for us as well. Like, especially in the stage presence, it definitely boosted our confidence and performance skills. So
because obviously you guys have got your own tour coming up in November, I believe it begins.
Yeah.
So you guys will take what you've learned from the J Hus tour and obviously the other events that you've covered and take that forward then.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, once we get there, I think we'll still be learning.
Yeah,
because
I mean, you guys are young, very young. So there's you got miles to clock up, you know.
Yeah,
exactly. You're good.
I like that, miles to clock up.
Lotto Boyzz Records. So you got the record label already.
Yeah.
It sounds like a good business decision. Was that so you can have everything in ownership to yourself?
It's just, well, it's more of a thing where we know where we want to go as a collective.
Yeah.
So we're setting every single blueprint that we need now to then take us to the further stage of life, kind of thing. And I think that the Lotto Boyzz Records was another just a solidified thing. So you have the record label, the genre, and then everything around it. So altogether, it's just solid.
Solid
so
unit.
There's no break in it.
Yeah.
It's not that kind of ball game.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I've been hearing that Fetty Wap's been playing your music. And Elton John, is this true? Elton John? How do you know Elton John's been playing it? Did somebody from the
tweet?
So what?
I think it was a tweet where he was playing songs that he was listening to.
Yeah, the playlist together.
Yeah, and then the names, and then Lotto Boyzz was in there amongst other names. I was thinking, what?
It was mad.
Like, I had to go and do my research and make sure he was tweeting. And
that is crazy.
Crazy.
That's crazy. Props to you guys. Right, there was a tweet that was sent out this morning. Apparently you guys have been getting injections to leave the country. So the tweet reads, imagine we went to get injections to leave the country. It got real awkward when Lucas decided to fart during his one. Lucas, I don't want to put you on blast, but was this an involuntary sort of response to the injection? That's on Twitter. I can't be called out on that.
I think it was more of a scared thing, you know, like, oh.
And then the nurse passed out. No. But
oh my God.
But that's on Twitter. Like, you put him on blast.
This is what's going on in the camp, man.
Mate.
So hold on. You have access to Twitter. Or do you have access? Only you have access to Twitter.
Now we all
got access to it, but these just know I don't use it like that. So.
Right. Okay. Well, you need to keep track of this because
that's light up Central now. I feel like it's payback time now, innit?
Lucas, I want to see. I want to see you do Ash wrong now. I think it's pranking time. I think it's pranking time. Maybe when he's
Can I put something out there? Like, farting is normal, guys. Like,
women do it, men do it.
Yeah. Dogs.
Lucas is not a dog, but he's.
Bro, this is what's going on. Right, so So Ash versus Lucas.
Ash
Stay
versus Lucas,
tuned,
the
innit?
far
That's all
off.
I'm saying.
The far off December.
Stay
12th.
tuned. Like, I don't think so.
Right, we're going to see that when you guys come back. We'll get the far off going in the next interview.
You ain't making money like we no, no. You ain't making money like we no, no.
Okay, you guys also put out a Twitter poll. So the big question is, do we make the Birmingham accent sound good? You can't tell. That was 26% no, 16%, and an overwhelming 58% for yes. So, and I've got to say, I'm going to be honest, sometimes when I do hear the Brummie accent, it is a bit of a put off. But for you guys have got it down nicely.
You know, it just depends.
Are you only saying that because we're sitting here?
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
I'll wait till you get out. No, but obviously you get stronger accents.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you guys, unless you guys have diluted it a little bit just now.
I think we just came up with, this is like a Birmingham Afrobbean type,
All right, little mashup.
a mashup type.
Do you feel like you get a lot more love in London for your accent than Birmingham? Because I'm from Glasgow, so when I'm in Glasgow, people are used to these. But when I'm in London, it's something different for them.
Nah, they hate Birmingham accents. So I'm sure we know.
I feel like boys will say something. I don't
They're
know.
jealous. I think they're jealous.
But there's girls. Mate, there's girls yesterday. That
Yeah.
was just like, oh,
Yeah,
They're not feeling it.
well, that anyway. Basically,
so
now
rude.
there was
They're so rude.
there was some girls that we just seen, and they was like, oh, I like your accent. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, thanks, but they was actually being genuinely serious.
Right. Okay.
which is actually shocking sometimes.
Yeah,
Like,
sometimes.
Right. Well,
it's mad. It's mad shocking sometimes.
the poll reveals it's 58% in favour of your accent.
man,
you make it
that's-
sound better.
Yeah, properly.
So you're supporting Charlie Sloth next week on his plug tour, to be put on by Charlie, arguably the country's biggest rap DJ. How does that feel?
It's a big opportunity, and we just want to seize it and create the best moment between us two as possible. So
Yeah.
it's not just a music thing. Like, want to build like a relationship around everyone and just get up in the scene kind of thing.
And you guys were nominated for Best Breakthrough for next month's GRM Rated Awards. That's massive. That is massive,
Yeah.
because that award ceremony is probably regarded as the biggest one in this country now for the scene. So you guys are you guys happy just to be nominated, or will you be aiming to win?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
the aim is to win.
Because people can
Always.
vote now. I think people can actually vote as of today.
Yeah, so do the right thing.
Make sure you go and vote.
Do the right thing, please.
Get voting.
Please.
Get
Thank
voting.
You, thank you.
And then your tour, as I said, kicks off November 27th in London. What
Yeah.
can we expect from it?
Craziness.
It's our vibe, Afrobean vibe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can
definitely.
imagine you guys are going to have a couple more people on stage as well. Any surprises?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Special guests, we don't want to let that go though. Yeah. Not yet.
He said any surprises and wanted us to surprise.
Well, of course, Lotto was the biggest surprise.
Yeah, that's the biggest.
You're attending your own
There's loads
tour,
of
but
surprises, there's loads of surprises.
yeah, you're just going to keep us waiting till then.
Yeah.
Right.
Please.
Okay. Well, the Afrobean EP is out. Is it October 6th?
13th.
13th. Let's stick to the 13th. It's actually a Friday the 13th. That could be unlucky, or it could be very lucky.
Now
Don't say that.
we're gonna twist it. We're gonna turn the tables.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
So
us.
it's all a plan. Lotto Boyzz, you being magnificent. Nobody's farted during the interview. I respect that. Support Lotto Boyzz.
I'm gonna break down the skis after this interview. You know. Oh, Ash, it's gone mad, innit?
These shrimp pigs, they never used to answer. And now they wanna roll with the squad line. Oh, follow na 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 na. And now they wanna phone on my main line. Oh, follow na 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 na. You ain't making money like we no, done no.